We all have been witnessing the overwhelming demand of cloud technology getting leveraged by many organizations, and many of us want to be part of this industry transformation by learning this new technology and boosting up our skills. But for most of us, confusion peaks in, leaving us baffled that by which AWS certifications should I get started. So here are some common questions that trouble most of us when we decide to get started with AWS certifications. Firstly, we put in lots of efforts to find what all things are there in the platter, which all certifications does AWS offer. The next question pops up in our mind that which one of them is a good fit for me, that also aligns with my career profile and the interest that I have. Okay, and if we decide to appear for multiple AWS certification, then is there any relevant pattern or learning path that I can follow? And last but not least, we have also heard many things from many people about AWS. So which one of them is actually true? Welcome to my channel Skill Philip, and in this video we will try to find the answers to most of the questions that pop up in your mind. So we will try to cover the details about all certifications that AWS is offering, which certification is right for you, some learning paths that you can follow, and we will be busting some myths around AWS certifications. So let's get started. AWS offers 12 certifications which are bifurcated into 4 levels. The first level is foundational one, having cloud practitioner certification. The second is associate level, having 3 certifications that are solution architect, developer and sysops administrator associate. Then we have professional level, having DevOps engineer and solutions architect professional. And for specialty level, we have 6 certifications which are security, machine learning, advanced networking, Alexa skill builder, database and data analytics specialty. Okay, but what is the difficulty level of those certifications? The foundation level certification, that is cloud practitioner, is the most easy one to crack. Then the associate level certifications are of medium level difficulty, which are quite less difficult than the professional and specialty level certifications. And the professional and specialty level certifications are the most difficult one, and you should have some prior experience and hands-on experience on AWS before you start to prepare for these certifications. If you are someone who just wants high-level overview of AWS services and what they do, along with AWS models and frameworks, the Cloud Practitioner certification is good fit for you. You also don't need to get into much details of the services and do hands-on. But let me tell you, this certification won't be that helpful if you are looking for AWS certification that will add value to your resume or profile. In such case, you can look forward to AWS associate level certifications. If you have some significant amount of experience in working on applications, designing them, know how things work in applications, creating solutions, Solution Architect Associate might be good fit for you. This is one of the highest in demand certifications in market right now. You will be required to do some hands-on and know many of the AWS services in details. But before you choose this certification, make sure you have some relevant work experience in IT. We will discuss the reason for this in the last section of the video. AWS Developer Associate is a good choice if you develop applications, have some idea about how CI/CD pipelines work. In short, if you are someone who gets their hands dirty with coding, you can choose Developer Associate certification. Here as well, you can get in details of some AWS services and do hands-on. This is a good choice for those who have just started their career in IT or those who are good in coding or developing applications. This is one of the most suitable AWS certifications to get started with. For those who majorly work as Linux administrators or are comfortable with managing systems, operating them, monitoring them, and if you don't prefer coding much but still like to handle the applications and manage operations, sysops administrator can be a good choice for you. It also requires you to get in details of some AWS services and do some hands-on. Now coming to professional level certifications, they are really difficult and they require you to have prior experience on AWS. Even if there is no prerequisite provided by AWS, to appear for this exam, I would recommend you not to skip associate level exams before appearing for professional, so that you get familiar with AWS exam pattern and type of questions they ask. So if you want to get expertise around CI/CD systems, monitoring, logging, and basically DevOps on AWS, then AWS DevOps Professional is a good fit for you. And if you are targeting the deep dive into designing, architecting, migration planning, designing complex solutions on AWS, then Solution Architect Professional is a good choice. Both of the AWS certifications will require you to have good hands-on practice on some of the AWS services and in detail or very detailed knowledge on most of the AWS services. Now coming to specialty level exams, let's have a look at what they are and on what specific domains they focus. But before that, I would also recommend you to first clear associate level certifications before appearing for specialty ones, as that will help you to get familiar with AWS services as well as exam pattern before you dive in detail. So if you take a look at them, the Security Specialty Certification focuses on data and infrastructure security on AWS. The Advanced Networking Specialty focuses on designing network architectures on AWS. The Machine Learning one focuses on the ML modeling and designing ML solutions on AWS. The Alexa Skill Builder Specialty focuses on user experience, voice value, Alexa skills, especially for Alexa services and features in US and UK. The Data Analytics one focuses on the data processing, analysis, data visualization, and security solutions on AWS. The Database Specialty focuses on the workload designing, database migration, and security on AWS. So that was the overview of various AWS certifications, and I hope you might have got idea of which certification is suitable for you, is right for you to get started on AWS. So when it comes to gaining expertise on various domains on AWS, it recommends several learning paths which you can find on their website, out of which I have chosen most common or most preferred paths for you. The first path is Solution Architect path, where you can give optionally Cloud Practitioner certification, and then you can go for Solution Architect Associate certification, and then finally for Solutions Architect Professional level certification. This path will help you to gain expertise into the designing and architecting domain of AWS, that is, architecting on AWS. The second path is DevOps Engineer path, and we can have two approaches for this path. The first one will be through Developer Associate exam, wherein you can give optionally Cloud Practitioner exam and then Developer, and then go to DevOps Engineer exam. And the second approach is giving SysOps Administrator certification and then DevOps Professional exam. So there is no hard and fast rule as to which path to follow. For example, you can give both SysOps Administrator and Developer exam before going for DevOps one. So you can follow any path, but surely have a look at learning paths given on AWS website. You can also find the link for their website at the below of the screen. Coming to the last section of video, I will be busting some myths around AWS certifications so that you stay away from confusion and get started with your AWS journey sooner. So the first myth is Solutions Architect Associate is the best certification to get started with. Although the demand for solution architects might be highest and it is most sought after role, doing this certification as your first certification won't be a good choice in some cases. Let me explain. Say for example, there is a young coder who has good knowledge of developing applications, but has never designed any solution or created architectures of application. So even if he clears the Solution Architect Associate exam, he still has to gain some experience on how to design solutions before he gets started. In such case, AWS Developer Associate would have been a better fit for his role. The second myth is you should pass AWS Cloud Practitioner exam first so that you will be able to clear other certifications. No, Cloud Practitioner is just a fundamental level exam. it only gives you the overview of AWS services. So you can always directly get started with the associate level exams, as they can prepare you for the relevant AWS experience. And even if you don't have any prior experience, you can always get prepared for the associate level exams, as they are manageable. They just need some dedication. And the third myth is prior AWS experience is needed to get started with Cloud Practitioner or associate level exam. Although it is recommended that you have prior experience on AWS before you give those exams, it is fine if you are totally new to AWS. Yes, prior experience is needed for professional level exam and specialty level exam. Even if this is not a prerequisite given by AWS, the hands-on experience and prior experience on AWS really helps you to understand the detailed concepts onto the professional level exams. But for Associate or Cloud Practitioner 1, you will gain that experience once you start preparing for the Associate or Cloud Practitioner 1. So the good and dedicated preparation for AWS Associate level certifications will help you to get hands-on experience on AWS. So do not worry, just get started. If you have some more doubts about AWS certifications, please comment below and let me know so that I can answer to your questions. Please subscribe to my channel, as it really motivates me to make more such videos for you. Like the video, press the bell icon and share this video with all your friends who wish to learn AWS. Thanks for watching and all the best for your AWS journey.